Welcome to Season 2, Episode 11, How to Make Sure Your Business Thrives and Doesn't Just Survive the Coronavirus. Before I get into the intro, I just want to do something a little bit different that I've never done before. I want to give a shout out to a badass boss out there. I think I'm going to start making this a regular thing and giving a shout out to a badass boss, babe, or bro who's really standing out for me, who I see growing and shining, and I just want to give them that extra love. So this week's Badass Boss Award goes to our boss bro, Kyle Jordan. Kyle messaged me letting me know that he shared this podcast, Badass is the New Black, with a friend of his who wants to start building a fashion brand, whether it's a blog or, using Instagram more intentionally to do something with fashion. And we got to talking about Kyle in his life and where he's at and where he's going. And I really saw Kyle shining using this time to really think about himself and think about his desires and make his decisions for what he wants and not just because he thinks it will please other people. And I love that because that's what we're all about here. We're all about taking who you are and what you stand for and building the life that you dream of. So cheers to you, Kyle. Keep crushing life. And I'm so excited for you to be the very first badass boss out there. All right, so let's get right to it. Welcome to the Badass is the New Black podcast. I'm your host, Chrissy Chin, and it is my mission to help you leverage the World Wide Web out there, build and scale your business. We focus on Instagram, we as in me and the amazing team behind me. So we focus on Instagram and website to automate and grow and scale your business, helping you build, scale in a way that is 100% perfectly aligned with you. That has been my mission since before even starting this podcast and since the beginning of this podcast, and it will continue to be my mission even in times of struggle like right now. So if this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome. You are in for a crazy ride, and I hope you have some fun with me. We are in a very interesting state in history with this whole pandemic here. Many of us are being forced to stay inside our homes for an extended period of time. Many are really losing their jobs. Hopefully that's only temporary. Like those of you in the service industry or even in retail, brick and mortar places, people are not going. And so either you're being forced to shut down or there's just no one coming. So you're being sent home. And in some places, there's even military in the streets, which is a little bit crazy and scary and bizarre, that we've all of a sudden just had this control over us that we can't control. A lot of our freedoms are just kind of vanishing. And again, hopefully it's for a short time, but gosh, I just don't know, what the future looks like. So let's talk a little bit about fear, because a lot of this is happening out of fear, right? And fear is a state of mind. And when we operate from a fear-based mindset, we often become a bit irrational at times. And it keeps us from doing things that we need to be doing. Like this whole toilet paper fiasco. I am praying to God that you stocked up on food and water and natural products to keep yourself healthy and not just a crap ton of toilet paper. How many toilet paper hoarders are out there? If you're listening and you hoarded the toilet paper and not the food, check yourself. I've been sharing a ton of funny memes on my Instagram stories to kind of lighten the mood here. And the one that I've gotten the most reactions on is the meme with the green toilet paper saying, "I'm selling CBD infused with marijuana toilet paper to calm yo ass down." I've gotten the most messages from that one of people just loving that. This is a total side note, but if you have funny memes, tag me, send them my way so I can reshare them. So it can at least bring a little bit of light and laughter to everything that is going on. But we are experiencing what it's like to live in fear, because it feels like a lot of this is really out of our control. But I want to challenge you to not live in fear right now in this point, and maybe you're living more in faith. Faith that things will work out how they should. And in the meantime, you can act intentional and not give up on the life that you have been working so hard to create. There are a lot of things that you cannot control, and there are a lot of things that you can control. So let's focus on the things that you can control and let the universe worry about the things that it controls. For those of you new whose ears are kind of perking up because you're feeling like maybe you're in a bit more of a desperate place, I am here for you, and we are going to get through this 100%. So now that you have food, water, and are keeping yourself healthier with natural products, I got my thieves tea here, which, by the way, I'm not just drinking because of COVID-19 or coronavirus or whatever you're calling it. This is a regular that we do all the time. We use natural products in the house. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that. We are all about keeping our immune systems up, healthy. As a high-performing entrepreneur, that is so key to being able to do all the things to take care of our family, and to be high performing in your business or businesses. So I'm always all about the natural products. Life has not changed in that aspect over here. So if you're not using things to keep yourself healthy on the regular, keep your energy up, keep your mood up, reach out to me and I can hook you up. We just talk about CBD oil for a second because everybody's talking about it. Everybody's taking it. And I thought that I didn't need it because I wasn't having panic attacks. But you guys, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now because I researched it and I realized that it could help me with a few things that I was struggling with. I'm a busy entrepreneur. There are some stressful moments in my workday that I just felt I needed to get a handle on. B, I'm a mom of 2 busy kids. After school, they tend to be whiny, they fight, they bicker, they scream at each other. And I used to just stand over them and I would scream at them. I'd want to tear them apart and send them to their room for the rest of the day. And then I'd have this super mom guilt. Like, why am I always yelling at my kids? The other thing before taking CBD is that I didn't sleep very well. I would wake up multiple times in the middle of the night. I would have a hard time falling asleep. You guys, the ideas are running before I go to bed in the middle of the night. My brain just couldn't shut off. And then I just wasn't waking up very rested because A, I went to bed late, and B, I was waking up too much. Now that I'm taking CBD, all 3 of those scenarios just have this layer of calm on them. So I'm less, anxious about work, about deadlines, less stressed about that. When my kids are screaming and yelling at each other, I have this sense of calmness now. And instead of wanting to rip my hair out or tear them apart and yell at them and send them to their room, I just sort of stand there and look at them and think, I wonder how long this is going to last. And I could not do that before. And I attribute it all to the CBD 100%. And then with my sleep, I can fall asleep faster. I stay asleep longer in the middle of the night and I wake up feeling rested. So just affecting those 3 aspects of my life, I've noticed a huge difference in my personal life and in my business that I know will help you. Nature's Ultra CBD is 100% organic. They do tons of testing on it to make sure that it's the highest quality possible. It also is just the CBD isolate, which is important because the THC in some products is what gives you that high feeling and also causes positive drug tests. So we want to avoid that. We want to stay focused in our work and in our life and just use a CBD isolate. So the Nature's Ultra CBD, you can get it in a tincture, loving the mint one, the citrus one. There's also a cinnamon one. They have a muscle rub and a calm roll-on, which makes super easy usage. There's different strengths, so a 500 milligram, 1,000 milligram, kind of based on what strength you want. I highly, highly recommend taking this on the regular, taking it every day, letting it build up in your system, and letting you see the effects and how it's going to just transform your everyday life. I can't wait to hear about your testimonies. Grab yourself a bottle, a muscle rub, a calm roller, or all of them over on my website, thechrissichin.com/CBD. I've got all the information over there. I also have info on getting wholesale pricing. And I have a special gift for you if you want the wholesale pricing. And you take the steps to do that. It's super simple, super easy. I can't wait for you to have your gift. And I can't wait for you guys to DM me and tell me how it's affecting your life and how it's affecting your business and making positive changes. So can't wait to hear those stories, and I can't wait to get yourself some CBD. Time to drink the Kool-Aid, y'all. So let's get to the 5 things to help your business not just survive coronavirus, because we don't want to just survive. We want to thrive through coronavirus. So we're going to talk about that today. 5 things that I want to touch on. Number 1, don't stop your business. Now, again, some of you have, maybe you're new to listening because you are in a brick and mortar and your business has stopped. But so many of you out there that have been listening to me, you have an online business. Okay. I know that there are articles floating around there that are bashing online business owners and especially network marketers for being opportunistic right now and pushing products or services. Here is my thought and my response to that. We live in an opportunistic world. And if you are not focusing on your business right now because you are scared of people dissing you or saying mean things about you or anything like that, it's time to reevaluate where you're at, why you're not doing your business. Okay. Now, if you're choosing to spend time with your family instead of work because your kids are home and your spouse is home, there is no judgment there. You do you. You do what you want to do. But there is nothing wrong, and this is a mindset thing. I want you to get it in your brain. There is nothing wrong with continuing to sell your product or service that is going to serve people. We are adults. We can decide what we want to spend our money on. And if we want to continue to spend our money on products or services that are going to serve us in a way that we want and need, that is okay. If you are selling health and wellness products out there, you would be doing people a disservice if you stopped selling them in this time, especially. Okay? If you help people overcome anxiety and depression, you would be doing people a disservice if you stopped helping them. If you sell some type of food product, you would be doing people a disservice if you stopped helping them. If you teach people how to build their business online, you would be doing people a disservice if you stopped helping them. Entrepreneurship always thrives during a recession. So I will not stop sharing my message that you can create a business and serve others while you serve yourself in the same time building your business. Okay? All you network marketers out there, do not stop because of some article floating around about you, okay? Not only do you provide products to people that they need and want, but you also provide business opportunities. And there are a lot of people out there right now out of work that need a business opportunity. Just be smart. This is my warning to you. Just be smart. And this is always why network marketing has gotten a bad rap, because there are people out there that don't know how to be tactful about selling their products and services. So be smart about how you are sharing with others. And if it's coming from a place of service and a place of desire to help, coming from your heart and it's genuine because you truly want to serve people, they will feel that, and it will not be sleazy, salesy, and all of that. If it's coming out of desperation and a need for money, then people can tell that. And that's where they get that yucky feeling about what you're doing and why you're doing it and decide they don't want any part of it. All right. So even if you're going to start a business because you are out of a job, still look inside your heart and decide what you're going to do based on how you would love to serve people, how it would fill you up, how it would fill your heart up, how it would fill your passions and desires to serve people in a certain way, right? That is when it's 100% aligned with you. You come off as genuine and it's amazing. All right. So get creative about how you can offer your product or service to serve the relevant needs of others. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, how to make sure that your business thrives and doesn't just survive the coronavirus is take your business online. People are not having in-person gatherings. People are not going to brick and mortar stores. So you have to get creative on how you are touching people in a far distance, right? And actually, I'm seeing a lot of brick and mortar food places, coffee shops. I'm getting emails saying, "Hey, we're still open, and guess what? We're offering delivery service." So they've got their workers that would be working inside instead delivering food or doing curbside pickup. So you're literally not even getting out of your car, they're just handing you. So that's a really creative, innovative way to keep business going. Now, if you can take your business online, you have a product or service that can be purchased and sent via mail, or you have a digital product, like my products are digital, which is amazing. So everything is online. I want you to lean into that during this time and leverage that. Set up Zoom calls with your team or with your members or clients. Leverage social media to connect with others more so that, I don't know what I was going to say. I totally had a brain fart. Just leverage social media more to connect with others. It's important, more important now than ever. Set up a website. This sounds really hard, actually, if you're like, oh my gosh, I know nothing about tech. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's actually not. If I can set up a website for a friend in literally a day, a full day, but a day, which I actually did a few weeks ago, you can 100% totally do this. I will give you my secret that Kajabi is my jam. Kajabi is my jam. And that is what I talk about all the time. You've heard it on multiple other podcasts. It's what I use for Grow Workspace, which is the other business. And it's what I use for this Chrissy Chin coaching brand. I am not techie by any means. So this platform has made it insanely easy for this non-techie girl to literally set up an entire business in one place. I'm 100% doing my shameless plug because it is the platform that has literally brought my business to life. One-stop shop for everything. So it's the platform that allows me to host and build my website. And if you already have a website, you can actually link your website to this platform. It gives me the ability to collect emails through landing pages. I don't have to integrate all these things and pay for something else. I can send emails out to my list. I can segregate my list, these people on this list and these other people on this list. I have sales pages that take payments just by integrating Stripe or PayPal, which is super, super easy to connect. I can host webinars to build more community in the community section. So if you don't have a website yet, this is 100% something that you need to be considering, and not just like because of coronavirus that you're going to use during this time. You're going to create it now and you're going to leverage it far down till the end of time. Okay. Until there's no computers and we're just like thinking things in our brain and it's being teleported to people. I don't know. So I'll be teaching more about building a website, what you need to have your website in my Brilliantly Branded course that's coming out really soon. If you have not joined the waitlist yet, to get exclusive bonuses and discounts, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do. You can use the link in the show notes. I'll get the link in the show notes or the information on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. We'll get that in there so that you can join the wait list. And then if you are ready to explore building your website, I've got a link for you to get access to Kajabi for 28 days free. And I'll include that link too. I'll include all the links. Okay. Of course, once you use my referral link for Kajabi, let me know so that I can support you. They've got an amazing group. They have an amazing support, but I want to know you jumped in so I can keep tabs on you, checking in on you, be your coach to like push you to do the things. Okay. All right. So that was number 2. Take your business online. And I would love to hear those of you out there. I did a poll on my Instagram. By the time you listen to this, it would have been Tuesday, so like 4 days ago, seeing who has a website and who doesn't. And there were actually more people than I thought that had a website, but there are still some of you out there that don't have a website. And so I really want to help you get more virtual and a website. Like you have to do it. You can't rely on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all the things to get in front of people when you want to get in front of them. Okay, so you need to be able to capture their email or their telephone number so that when you want to get in front of them, you can. we don't know how many people are going to the Facebook group that we started. They've got a million other notifications. So you got to grab emails. You got to be online with your website, have your CRM system and all of that jazz. And if you know nothing about it, send me a message. I'll talk to you for days about it. All right. Number 3, focus on community. Zoom calls where you can see the faces of others are so helpful right now. And meeting regularly can really help people feel like they're not alone in this time of isolation. It is really hard in your business, whether you have a network marketing business or let's say you're a coach and you've got virtual assistants and things like that. When someone is very far away, they feel like they're on an island. And it is very hard to keep someone inspired, motivated when they feel like they're on an island. And maybe some of you network marketers experience that with some of your builders that are under you. If they're very far away and maybe they don't have their own builders yet, they're working on building their community, they can often feel very alone on an island. So while we should have been, I hate to use the word should have been connecting all along with these people via the technologies that we have, like Zoom or, any other FaceTime, whatever you want, Marco Polo. Now more than ever, because people are just feeling the isolation of being stuck in their houses and, not able to do the things and see the people that they would normally see. So grab yourself Zoom, literally free video conferencing up to like 40 minutes and up to 100 people. Host a virtual girls' night. Maybe you don't want it to be work related and you want to create some community. Our neighborhood does girls' nights, and so we go out to a restaurant and we grab a drink and we try and get out of bedtime. And then I usually come home and my kids are actually still awake. So that kind of defeats the whole purpose, but that's the idea, right? I'm just going to go back out and have one more drink until the kids are asleep, right? So we're not obviously doing that because people don't want to go out or some restaurants are closed. So hosting a virtual girls' night, grabbing a glass of wine and just talking about the positive things in your life and coming together, connecting more with community, even in your industry, to talk about positive solutions. As entrepreneurs, I will speak for myself, but I think I can speak for many of you out there that sometimes it's a lonely journey because it is a very different journey than a lot of other people take that work corporate or 9 to 5 or traditional jobs where you trade your time for money. Entrepreneurship is so different. It's a different mindset. It's a different mentality. And so often we already feel alone. And now with all the other isolation things, it can just feel that much more alone. So connecting with more community in your industry is another option. And then just keeping the conversation positive. While we should be talking about the important things, like don't find yourself going down that rabbit hole of negativity and fear and loss of control. Talk about the positive things, the things that are going well, the things that can blossom during this time, the things that you're grateful for, the ways that you can serve people more during this time. If you are feeling a little bit alone, always feel free to send me a DM. I would love to connect with you. I am here for you. So that's number 3, focusing more on community absolutely will help you survive and thrive. Again, we don't just want to survive. We want to thrive. So building community is going to help you thrive, but it's also going to help your business thrive, whether it's the immediate right now or building community, coming together now during this time of hardship and seeing that transform into building and scaling your business in the future. Okay. Number 4, get creative on education. Okay. So local chiropractor's office that I go to on the regular every week. I told you I'm into natural alternative health. Our family is super healthy here. And if we get sick, it's literally for less than 24 hours because of all the things that we do on the regular. Chiropractic care is one of them. So the chiropractor's office, they are still seeing patients, but they have created this Facebook group and page for their community to come together to get more education. So sometimes they do things in their office. People aren't going to come for a group gathering. So they're doing more and more education in their Facebook group with their clients to build awareness and education. So right there, they're taking advantage of number 3, building community. They're taking advantage of number 2, they're getting online. And this is 4, they're getting creative on education. So they actually just asked me when I was in there yesterday if I could record a video on how to clean and stay healthy with essential oils, because they know I am gangbusters into it, and could help them out. So I'm going to be recording a video just teaching my tips and tricks on how to do that. And I will post it in the group and share that with the community. So that's, an exciting opportunity for everyone out there to learn something new, to build community, and yada, yada. Okay. So connect with others in your community, team up with them to do fun education. So that example reflects that they are teaming up with other people in their community. It's not just the 1, 2, or 3 chiropractors that are getting on there doing all the education. They are reaching out to their community and saying, hey, you're an expert in this area. Can you come talk to our audience about this topic? So if you have an expertise in something, this is a great opportunity to get your name out there, to get your face out there a little bit more. Be willing to share your message in other people's communities and serve that community with your expertise. Okay? All right. Another little shameless plug for those of you in the Young Living world, because I know we have a ton of you on here. You have no excuses, because the other company that I have completely serves you in this way. We provide material for you to educate your friends and family and how to stay healthy so that you don't have to create it and all that jazz. So if you're in that community and you want to be sharing more education and being creative, again, send me a message or the Grow Workspace team a message, and we will hook a sister brother up. Okay. If you're a newbie here, exploring the ideas of entrepreneurship, maybe you haven't started your own business yet, you've been thinking about it, you've been making up excuses, you've been letting fear hold you back, I want you to dive into, so for this number 4, get creative on education, I want you to dive into how you can serve the world with what you are an expert in. How can you teach it in a way that is relevant and helpful during this time? I'm on here talking about how to make sure that your business is thriving during coronavirus. This is relevant information to what is going on right now. I have a friend who is a bartender, and he's now off of work because they have closed the whole place down. Now is a really great time for him to be at home creating content, doing the things that he loves, getting out exercising, eating healthy, meditating, whatever he needs for that mental, physical health. But also, instead of sitting at home twiddling your thumbs saying, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Get innovative, get creative. I'm sure he's got, no, we talked. So I know he's got alcohol at home and can make recipes, take pictures. He already said, I'm planning on taking some pictures. And I said, yes, now is a perfect time for content creation. So if you're making some cocktails for yourself to survive this time, write the recipe down, take a picture of it, record the tutorial of you making this drink, whether it's for other bartenders to help them perfect their craft, or just the common man who wants to sit at home and drink themselves through this situation. No, I don't know. I'm totally joking on that. Don't do that. I do not recommend that. But when this is all over and people do start have gatherings again, people will want to utilize that stuff, to learn how to be an amazing host with your fun cocktails when you have an event. And so he could be using this time right now to create that content, to create maybe a freebie for people to start gathering more of an audience, or even creating a little mini course or something so that when someone wants more of that information, he will have it ready for them. So what do you love teaching other people? What are you passionate about? What is sitting on your heart that you would love to share with other people? Again, here on the podcast and as a coach to you, I am all about helping you create a business that is 100% aligned with you. So if it's not something that you love to wake up and talk about, I don't want you creating a business about it. So maybe you'll use this time while you're home to just reflect on what it is and how you want to serve people. Okay, so that leads me into number 5, be intentional with your time. So many are facing being home with their children because of school being out. How many of you just turn into instant homeschool moms or dads? Yep, that was me. Guess what? There are also a lot of middle school, high school, college kids at home right now too, that are great babysitters. Yes, they're at home doing school online, but it's not taking them all day to complete their work. Homeschool is literally half of the time as school. So they could do their schoolwork. You could have them come over while you sneak away to get a little content creation done. Okay, be creative during this time. If you are working from home and you have regular childcare in place, that was me. Thankfully, half of the week I had someone coming over to watch Scotty. So now she's watching Scotty and Avery. I'm leveraging that time to get work done, right? I haven't changed our schedule, except for the fact that Avery's home from school. So I'm trying to be as normal as possible. If you had childcare and you commuted to work, maybe in the morning and the afternoon, use that time. Don't say, hey, sitter, you can come an hour later because I don't have to commute. I'm working from home now. Have them come at the same time and work on your side hustle during the time that you would have commuted, because maybe your work for your regular day job can be done at home and you're required to do that at home. So again, get creative. Or maybe you really need that mental and physical support right now. Do that. Meditate, exercise, journal. Do that during your normal commute time. If you're not watching on YouTube, you can't see me using all these ridiculous air quotes with one hand because I'm holding my thieves' tea in the other hand. I don't know why I'm using air quotes. I always use them at the wrong time. If you have no options for childcare, I hear you. I'm just going to jump right back into to what I should be talking about. How can you have some really amazing focus time with your children and then also get work done? There are some amazing educational programs out there that you could have your children watch while you tackle a few work things. And then take time to spend with your kids and give them some attention. My kids I think they're certainly feeling a shift in the schedule of what's going on around them and just the different energy around. And I'm trying to stay positive and keep things flowing as normal. But my children have needed a little bit more time and focus on their emotions and how they're feeling. Avery last night, sweet kid, I was getting him in bed super late because he did not want to go to sleep. And he said, Mom, I just don't like the way that the house is right now. And I was like, oh, what is he talking about? Like the energy, like what's going on, like him home from school. And he's like, I want my old house back. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, that black couch that we used to have that we gave away. I want that couch back. And so that was months and months and months ago. I mean, probably 8-9 months ago that we got new living room furniture and gave that couch away. And he never said anything about it before. But I think with everything going on, this feeling of lack of control in some things has kind of brought up some of those other things that he kind of was like, wait, I missed that black couch. That was out of my control, that my mom just gave away my couch, even though I had no idea it was his favorite and we were not going to keep it. But so just trying to work through some of these new emotions and things that are coming up and support our children. So definitely be taking the extra time and attention with your kids, because we've got a lot of mom and dad listeners out there. So, just be mindful of everything going on, your emotions, their emotions, and there's just going to be a lot more to work through. feelings of loss of control, feelings of isolation. So just be working on that. You know what is best for your family. So I'm going to let you go ahead and decide how you're going to balance the whole work home thing. I know it's just kind of a crazy scenario right now, but I believe in you. I'm here to support you and all of that. So let's do just a mini recap on the 5 things to make sure that your business thrives and doesn't just survive the coronavirus. So number 1 is do not stop your business. Number 2, take your business online. Number 3, focus on community. Number 4, get creative on your education. And number 5, be intentional with your time. One of my gifts is working through roadblocks and finding the positive in things or being optimistic about things. So until next week, I would love to hear how you are working through your roadblocks. Of course, I'd love to know your roadblocks, but I don't want you to just come to me with your roadblocks and be like, Chrissy, fix it for me. I want you to start turning on that light bulb and thinking through this. Here is my roadblock. And now here is how I'm going to be positive about it and optimistic about it. Here's how I'm going to be innovative with it and opportunistic with it. And here's the solution that I've come up with to serve me and my people in this time. And I would love to hear how you're doing that and just create a dialogue between you, whether it's in my DMs on Instagram or my messenger on Facebook. So reach out to me, send me those messages. And if you're like, look, I've been thinking about these creative things, but I am just kind of stumped here and I would love your help and support, I am here for you. So that's it. Until next week, just continue to love and support your family, love and support your business, and be working through those roadblocks. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next week.